Back at it again. Trailer is done. Everything is good. Lights are wired. Registered. The only thing that it's missing is a winch post, so I can actually stop. We have a winch already. I just need to make the post, and I'll spray that with bed liner. Jet ski's out. I have now put the fuel tank and oil tank back in. Got new line to run. Have to connect up a couple more things. I've got the water box in. Gonna hook up the VTS. All of the fuses in the e-box were wrong, so I've got to get new ones for that. As far as I know, it's a 15, a 5, and a 7.5. So I gotta grab some of those. I have a 15 and a 5, but I don't have a 7.5. I think I gotta try and get red ones of all of them. If there's a difference, I don't know. So that's basically it. E-box is fine inside. Everything is good. We tested the solenoid and everything before when I had the old motor. Was trying to get it running. So no, that all works. So now, I guess it is time to unbox this motor and start putting it together. So ignore my quarantine look, I guess. Comes with some toaster thing, some fittings for whatever. I know what they're for, but I can't think of it. The manual, I don't know. I got the, I took apart the whole intake and the oil pump and everything, so I had to get a new gasket kit for that. Then I got the insulation gasket kit, and then it's motor. Holy, what the hell? I ordered the motor from SBT because it was the quickest option, not because it was the cheapest, because it definitely wasn't the cheapest. And I know they have some weird processes that other companies don't seem to like, but had to do what I had to do because I needed it quickly. So the transaction was super easy. It got here in a day before they closed the border, because I'm up in Canada, and the borders got shut down for the States, and it got there the day before it got closed, which was pretty awesome. And then I believe there's the motor. So much smaller than the box it came in. Wow, it looks good. Very cool. You can see that there. Pretty nice. I wasn't actually sure if they were going to send me a white or a gray one, but I'm very happy that I got the gray one. I guess I will try and get it onto this foam. And take it out of this plastic. It's kind of heavy. Haven't leaked out in a minute. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's basically it. As far as I know, next steps are put on the rotary valve, whatever else goes on top of there, I can't remember, the rotary gear or whatever. Then the actual intake manifold, oil pump, carbs. Then I put it in the ski, connect up whatever, put exhaust on, and then go from there. So as I already showed, I think I've got all these parts that I've painted with engine, just spray paint enamel. I don't know how well it holds up. This one, I didn't do a very good job at sanding, so it didn't really stay, so I kind of resprayed it, and it's been fine since then. But it seems like this enamel chips super easy on all these parts, so I'm gonna have to be really careful if I don't want it to get scratched. And I have to clean them all, and I have to get all these these surfaces clean again because there's a little bit of overspray on some of them. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to start getting this engine together. Okay, so here's the first thing I'm doing. It's the rotary valve. So you want to get your degree wheel. Unless you're like good at math, you can use a protractor. You kind of need one of these that they're like $5, I don't know. So get that. Put the 360 or 0 mark at the bottom of the mag side intake port. Line that up as best as you can. You don't have to be perfect. It's a plus or minus 5 degrees kind of thing. Then you go counterclockwise, 147 for the Seadoo 720. There's different timings for different engines. You have to just look what yours is. Go back 147 to make a degree or a mark on the degree up here. It doesn't have to be exact like I said. Then take that off. Grab your rotary gear or whatever it is. Line it up. Put it on there. Oh, I got it right first try. So you gotta just make sure it's close to that mark. It doesn't have to be exact, but it has to be really close. And it will only go one way. If you adjust it a little bit, it will be way off. It's just gonna be close, and this is gonna be how that is. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing this, you have to go to top dead center of your engine. So you're gonna put like a Sharpie or something, or a screwdriver, and just feel when this mag side cylinder is at its highest point, which isn't very hard to do. So that's the first thing. Okay, here's progress. I have now picked up some Loctite, got these 4 bolts on for, I don't even know what this is. These are like the oil injectors in here. So next, I put the, I put the oil pump on here. It just has a little O-ring. I already had one on it and it looked okay. So I just used that. Then I put a little bit of, I don't know if you're supposed to, but I put a bit of this just Permatex red gasket here or whatever on here. And on the backside you have to install this gear. So just like that. Got it as tight as I could. So next I'm going to put this onto here. So I'm pretty sure I got the oil pump on now. Not exactly sure about this. I couldn't really find anything, but as far as I know, you have to put this on with that little spring behind it, get it all lined up, and then go 1 rotation back, and then it'll kind of stay in place. And then when you attach the cable, it will be like that, and like wide opens like around there, I think. So it'll just be kind of going like that. Not exactly sure, but the, you know, the cable won't let it go too far backwards, and it will only go so far forwards. So I think that's right. Hopefully it is. Otherwise, I have all the injectors or whatever you want to call them hooked up. I don't know what this empty hole is for. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think it's just there. So next, I think I'm going to try and install the flywheel and the flywheel housing. So I was starting to do the flywheel or the flywheel housing. Put the gasket maker on, put the gasket on. Tried to put it on here. Thought I had the right bolts. Started threading them all in. I was like, these don't seem right. And then I realized I didn't have enough. So I had to pull it off. And now I'm stuck with this. There's gasket on one side that I've like smushed down as much as I can. And I tried to get all the rest of the off of the other side. I never compressed the gasket, so it should be okay. I hope. So tomorrow I gotta go out and buy some M6 bolts that will actually fit this, because I guess I lost them, which really sucks. But yeah, so I guess it will have to all wait until tomorrow, because I can't really do anything else. Just gotta, because I got all this on, so just gotta get the flywheel on, the starter. I guess I could get the exhaust manifolds on, but I think I probably might put those on while it's in the ski. Got this PTO on, I just threaded it on, but I cannot get the grease fitting back in. So I gotta figure that out too. I tried re-tapping it slightly. I just kind of ran the tap through it. Seems fine, it just won't thread in. So yeah, that's where I'm at tonight, and I will be back out in the morning trying to figure it all out. it turns out that I'm actually missing a lot of bolts. I tried to look for stuff. I'm sure maybe it's here somewhere, but I gotta get all that stuff tomorrow. Okay, so I'm back outside. I'm trying to do this deflector cover thing, but I don't know, whatever they used to paint it last time black, must have been like some acrylic paint or something. It does not sand off. It just like stays and it gets really gooey. And every time you spray primer on it, so I had to do a lot of sanding. I got like belt sander out and everything, but it's still like rough and bumpy. It's getting a bit better. I've just kind of been painting and sanding with primer to try and fill all the holes, but yeah, I'm just gonna try and do a bunch of thick coats now and see. This is the best it's ever been now. And then I'll put that on there. Should look okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. So this morning I went to the bolt store and grabbed a bunch of bolts for everything that I'm missing, including like VTS starter and things like that. Some of them I think I have, but I just didn't feel like looking for them. I was expecting it to be super expensive. All of these cost me $11. It was crazy low. So yeah, so far I have put the housing on. Got all the Allen keys in there, Allen key bolts. Gonna put the stator, magneto, whatever you want to call it in now. Should go, this was straight up, and then keep all those holes in the bottom sides there. I think I'm gonna have to look into it. There might be some timing that you have to do. But yeah, I'm gonna start and go from there. So yeah, there is some timing that you have to do. It's basically you can just center the stator, but if you really look, there's little grooves right there that can line up. So I'm gonna try and get them as best as I can. I have 4 of these. I think I only need 3. Just gotta be a bolt, lock washer, washer, and then put some Loctite on it. And yeah, I'm gonna go from there. So it's like, I don't know, 4 days later. Engine is now intake all on, ignition housing on, starters on, PTO is just threaded because I guess once I get it spinning in the water, it'll tighten itself down. Spark plugs in. I have to tighten them. On the ski, the choke cable was broken, so I grabbed a new one from Lordco because I'm in Canada, and it's got a different lever, but it fit right in. So if you ever have need a new choke cable replacement, you just go get one of these Dorman ones, 55103. Cost me $8. Works great. So now that that's done, all I have to do is I'm gonna go get new tubes for all of these. Just I have to order them or go into the dealer to do so. And after that, next thing I'm doing is gonna make sure everything's tight inside here, and then sand off the grounding spot on the starter and try and just fit the motor in and figure out everything. So I actually messed something up here. When you put the VTS on, you have to put this in there with it. So I'm gonna try and get that done. Okay, so it was a bit of a struggle, kind of. The jet ski started rolling away from me at one point, and I don't know. I got it on. You have to put the screwy thing and the other thing that goes out the back that actually like controls the trim. Then you have to figure out how to get it mounted onto there. You have to kind of push it up, and then you can get the VTS on. As long as it's kind of lined up, get all the screws on there, tighten them down enough. I don't really know how tight, just tight. And yeah, and I'm gonna put the cover on there and call that good. Got the starter ground done. I think next step is just tighten up the spark plugs and clean up this stuff a little bit. Just take it off and just give it a clean because it's pretty dirty. I don't really remember where I left off, but now I've got the motor on the engine plate that I got painted. I painted it with some engine enamel, so hopefully it should be okay. It took a while to dry, but I think it's pretty good now. It seems to chip really easy because it's the same stuff I painted with this, but I think I just did a really bad job prepping this piece because these ones don't chip. Now, and then also got the VTS cover on. It took me forever because you have to put the gasket, the rubber thing around the housing before you put the cover on, and it was separated in two, so it made it really hard. Now I am running fuel line on mostly new stuff. Some stuff is fine, like the ones that go up to the you can't really see it up here, the fuel like switcher reserve and stuff. Those ones are fine, so I'm just keeping those. The vent hose here, I'm just keeping that gray because it's just a vent hose. It's not going to get in the gas, and I just did this one because it was easy access for the vent. I'm having trouble remembering which ones these goes to. I think they're marked, but I'm too lazy. I found a diagram online. And yeah, that is all for now, I believe. Next steps, I'm going to try and get some of the side pieces on. I got some yellow zip ties for some stuff just to match it up. Oh yeah, I put a here's the old fuel filter. I got a full new assembly, even though it actually wasn't too bad. I just got it because it was 30 bucks. I had to fix. I did the wrong clamps on like the oil filler neck, so I had to fix that around. And this hood is like falling apart. Gotta try and fix that or get a new one. Got a winch for the trailer. Batteries charged up. Got some gear oil and grease and everything. I actually torqued these bolts on the bottom to whatever, 36 foot-pounds, because that's what it said to do. Spark plugs are good now. And yeah, just gonna keep working at it. I'll be back with more progress. So I just got the new start and VTS button put on. It looks way better than before. Here was the old VTS, just absolutely destroyed, and the start one wasn't even there. So yeah, it's quite a bit better. And got the rest of the fuel lines run. I just have to do like I think 2 more once the engine's actually in, so I can figure out the routing for that. And basically, if I had some of the right oil lines that I need, because I had to cut a few up when I took it all out, and I want to just replace all of these anyways. But I could technically get it running if I had like 1 or 2 lines that I need to come from up here with the filter on it, and 1 return line, but I don't, which sucks. So yeah, next time I'm off work, I guess Thursday, as long as I get the oil lines, I can probably put the engine in and try and get it running. The plan is to get it in and just start it without the pump on or anything, and just have it spin there. I'll hook up the hose still and stuff, but just have it spin there, get a little bit tighter on the PTO, and kind of break in, even though I'm going to do all my break-ins on the water, of course. Just get it started, then I'll figure out the pump from there. I'll probably have to take it into the Seadoo dealer and get it aligned, because I would rather not just have me align it. I could try and figure out a way, but seems like I might have to do that. So yeah, that's all the progress for now, and I'll get back to you once the motor is going in. Thank you guys.